I can't count how many times I have told myself that I was going to change, and then a week later find myself with the same old habits. And I know that I'm not the only one that struggles with this. And the problem is, it's not like we don't know what to do. Because we all know we should wake up earlier, eat better, and be more consistent. Actually sticking to it is a completely different story. And I feel like that's where a lot of us get stuck. And that is why I want to talk about the Atomic Habits book by James Clear. So, this book doesn't just talk about habits, it talks about why they are so hard to keep and what to actually do to make them stick. And one of the big things about this book is it doesn't take something big to make a change. It takes doing something small and being consistent with that. This book talks about improving 1% every single day. And let me just tell you, it actually works. Because some days I feel like I'm only running on 1%. And I know 1% sounds small, but doing that every day creates real results. And I think that is where I got it wrong. I feel like I had to go big or go home, and that wasn't always the case. So, this book talks about having a system over goals. So, instead of being that person that says, I want, and then filling in the blank, you become the person that shows up instead. And that is the shift that actually creates the change that you are looking for. And something that really stood out to me in this book was habit stacking. We all have habitual habits where we do something unknowingly, like brush our teeth or have our coffee in the morning or getting dressed. All those things we do on a daily without even thinking about it. So, for instance, when I drink my coffee every morning, instead of doom scrolling on my phone, I'll read a book. Because our goals are something that we want to achieve, but a system is what we actually do every day. And I think a lot of the reasons why habits don't stick, and this is a lot of the struggles that I went through that I think a lot of people can relate to, is we try to change everything all at once. Or, which is one of my biggest issues, is relying on motivation. And motivation never lasts. And then that puts you in this cycle of starting, stopping, and then starting again. And what this book does really well is break that cycle. It gives you a way to start small, stay consistent, and actually build habits that are going to last. For me, this is one of those books that just made so much sense. It was super easy to read, and I highly recommend it. It really does change the way that you look at your habits. And I think overall, that is what makes this book so valuable.